everybody. Welcome to McElroy's Trapped in the Internet. I don't know. That's not what it's called. It's not that.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's we're the McElroys. I'm Travis. Griffin's here. Dad, aka Clint, is here. Justin, at the last second, pulled his ripcord and escaped. Justin got out.
And that's a new record. He has speed run the. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy.
He's entered the next escape room.
I'm disgraced geography professor Carl Treadway, and I'm so excited to escape this room.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna get some sort of YouTube strike if you don't take it up one button.
Yeah.
I
Carl.
heard you, youngin.
I think the shirt, we know why you're disgraced. We know what kind of activities disgraced you as a geography teacher.
This explains why Justin kept asking, what characters are you guys going to play? Okay, now I get it.
Everything's
joining us are the hosts of the podcast, Escape This Podcast. Introduce yourself.
Hello. So we are from Escape This Podcast. My name is Bill, and this is Danny.
Hey.
And yeah, we make a show called Escape This Podcast. We design a new audio escape room every 2 weeks. We have new guests come on and play the room and try to escape and solve all of our silly little puzzles and get out of there. We also have all the room notes freely available to people who want to play them themselves. So a lot of people take on the kind of game master role and play a lot of these games. Last year, we had Justin and Travis on playing a room where they started a whole series of connected storyline arcs as they tried to escape from an act. We made an escape room that had an escape room in it. So they were just doing a normal, it was very meta, but it was
I remember that one.
Now, how often do your escape rooms contain diaper buttons? You don't have to like steal that, by the way. Just like, how often do you guys use diaper buttons in your escape rooms?
Now, since you announced this live stream, that's like 80% of what I've seen on the internet. People are like, whoa, you're doing escape room, diaper buttons? And I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think it means? Just, we'll get to the escape room in a second. When you hear the phrase diaper button in relation to an escape room, what do you think?
And just an ordinary day-to-day conversation, you hear someone say the words diaper button.
If I was hanging out in this, in an escape room kind of chat, we were hanging out talking about diaper buttons, I'd assume it's for if someone hasn't escaped and they need to be in there for multiple days. And so, well, you can't get out to go to the bathroom. So here's the diaper button. Press that. You get another few hours in the room.
Boom. There it is.
I don't know why Hollywood is having such a hard time understanding that, because it seems like you got it right away.
Maybe.
Speaking of buttons, Justin, is it okay with you if I?
No, guys, please. No, it's not that kind of. Please,
we're
guys.
gonna get red bands.
Hey, listen, I don't know, Justin. I'm Carl Treadway. I'm a disgraced geography professor from Utah.
Oh, there's more lore. Okay.
I can't wait to dive into that. But first, the reason for the season, we're doing this to celebrate MaxFunDrive. Real quick, support podcasts you love. Podcasts like My Brother, Me, Adventure Zone, Schmanners, Sawbones, Wonderful, Still Buffering, any of the other Max Fun podcasts you enjoy by going to MaximumFun.org/join. Choose a support level that works for you. Become a monthly supporter to make sure that the shows you love continue to exist. But enough about that. Let's get trapped.
Lock us in.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so
I should also, sorry, right off the, I want to apologize because I kind of gave myself an unfair advantage today because I watched 2.5 episodes of The Mentalist, and I feel like it's really put me in a place where you guys don't even have a chance. Sorry.
Yeah.
I watched Saw. So.
Oh no, that's even more of a spoiler. Come on, how much of this am I going to have to change on the fly?
You'll need to cut your leg off, mentalist. It's just
crossover.
Top of the head, I love that.
Unless you can solve my professorial geography puzzle.
That's why everybody
I can help you. I still got it all up here.
Oh, okay, wait, okay, then do that.
Asia, Africa, Australia, all the continents. Got them here. I got the A's at least. America,
Antarctica.
What's the capital?
Antarctica. Thank you. Well, so you're in the geography biz.
Yeah.
Love to meet a compatriot. Kids do that. I'm sorry. I felt ridiculous. Kids.
All right. So if we're ready to start getting into the escape dreamscape.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So, as we mentioned off stream, you guys are going to be merged into one uncomfortable person for this experience.
You mean like 8 arms and legs, or?
Yeah, that's not going to give you an unfair advantage in this one. I can accept that.
Yeah.
Okay. We're some sort of weird Octoman. Well, but with 16, what's that? I don't even know what that's 6.
It's two Octomen.
Okay.
Standing next to each other.
16 tuple.
So am I not playing disgraced geography professor Carl Treadway from Utah?
That's always a part of this character's mind.
Okay.
If you
got it. Okay, cool. I'm back.
Are we all within Carl Treadwell?
Yeah, that's
Treadway.
Yeah.
Treadway, kid. Treadway.
I will say
this is
explicitly, if Carl Treadway is in there, he's in the subconscious.
Okay, great.
But definitely not a 45-year-old professor.
Got it.
Very generous. Love that.
But definitely not a 28-year-old professor.
That's that Aussie hospitality I've heard about. Love it. Love it.
Did we escape? Is this
you're done.
What's happening? Yeah.
You have to seize control, or they
Danny,
will just
take
keep
it.
going.
I'm having fun. This is great. I can
Do
just
we have a
pass.
time limit?
I don't have to. Oh, fine. Whatever. All right. Let's do this. Let's get whisked away. You have been looking forward to this day for the majority of your life. You've slaved away for over 10 years. You've given blood, sweat, and tears to this place. You've had your highest highs and your lowest lows here. And so much drama, so much drama. You are ready for it to be over. You are ready to graduate from high school. The classes are done. Exams done. All that's left is to dress up fancy and go through with the ceremony, which is due to start in around 1 hour. That should be plenty of time to get changed into your graduation robes. You would have thought. It's kind of a blur what happened. Like, you can't believe it was even real. 1 minute, you were alone in a classroom getting changed. The next, your bag with your regular clothes fell right out the second-story window into the bushes below. Wearing your robes, you calmly exited the classroom so you could go outside and retrieve the bag when you got your hem stuck on a rough corner of the door. You tried to pull it loose, but it wasn't working. You were afraid you were going to rip it. You were all alone. In the moment, it seemed completely logical that the best way to get the robe free was to wiggle your way out of it first. You'd only be undressed in the hallway for a second. And of course, that's the second in which the bell rang and classes started streaming around. You panicked. If anyone saw you like this, not only would you be humiliated, you might get in big trouble. You might get in big enough trouble that you wouldn't be allowed to walk at graduation. So you did what anyone would do. You abandoned the robe on the floor and you left through the next door, which was open just a crack, and you hid yourself inside that room. And unfortunately, the room you chose belonged to Mr. Lee, your extremely ill-tempered principal. Even more unfortunately, through a tiny gap in the door, you see a teacher spot your discarded robe, shake it free of the door, and dump it in a cupboard at the very end of the hallway. Still more unfortunately, that teacher enters the nearest classroom with a full class of students, and another teacher does the same with the other classroom in this hallway, and both of them leave their doors wide open. And, you know, just because things can keep getting worse, Principal Lee himself turns the corner into the hallway. He's going to do his usual 2-minute checkup on both the classrooms, then come to his office to get work done until it's time for him to present the seniors' graduation ceremony. This is a nightmare. In fact, you're trapped in school in your underwear. This is the nightmare. You have to find.
So there is underwear. This is important.
You didn't clarify that was. This is a huge, a monumental thing that needs to be cleared up. That we are wearing underwear.
Let's just clarify. How old were you when you graduated high school? 17 or 18?
18.
Then there's no underwear.
17.
Oh, then there's underwear again. We got to.
Okay, thank you, Dad.
Let's just say there's underwear, just to err on the side of caution.
Not where you'd think.
Are we talking
can be
boxers?
skimpy. Yeah,
boxers,
skimpy is
briefs,
fine.
lingerie.
That's up to you. You got to create a robust character.
I'm going to say a tasteful hem, but a fun pattern.
Ah. Look, you have to find a way to get your robes out of that cupboard at the end of the hallway without anyone seeing you. And that is going to start with keeping Mr. Lee out of here. You take a look at your surroundings to see what's available to you, and you're going to get a map showing you this, but I'm going to describe it anyway. Let's get that going in the chat. And I believe that's going to be available for everyone to look at.
Yes. They should be able to see it on the Oh no, Zoom chat. What have you done? What have you done? I've done it.
Yep.
Here we go.
The door in the principal's office is on its east wall. And you know that because there's a big window on the opposite wall, and Mr. Lee always talks about watching the sun set through it. Also on the east wall, there is a fire alarm encased in a glass box. On the north wall, there are 3 framed photographs. 3 framed photographs. I said that. Against the south wall, you see 3 filing cabinets. One labeled tests, one labeled reports, and another labeled finances. The center of the room is taken up by Mr. Lee's large desk, his chair, and 2 chairs for visitors. In here, that's it. That's all you've got to save you. And if Mr. Lee catches you like this is your last day of high school. You can't screw it all up now.
I
And
mean,
with that,
Now,
you're free.
you all noticed. Did you all notice? I don't know if anybody caught this. Danny said that the sun sets in the east.
Hmm.
And over here,
Whoa.
up in our hemisphere, flip around. That's a little geography from me to you. It's interesting kind of factoid. Here it rises in the east and sets in the west. up
Intriguing.
in this hemisphere. So if anybody was confused,
That's gonna
That's the deal
unlock
on
this
that.
whole thing.
yeah.
Did say west, didn't I?
I hope so.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Right off the bat, I'm most interested who's in the photos.
Yeah,
Or
fair
what's
enough.
the photos of? I don't want to assume.
Each of those 3 photos is of Mr. Lee in this very office, shaking hands with someone. You read the little labels underneath. And you realize that the someone always seems to be a former student. And the names all sound a little familiar. You think you've heard about them on like lists of richest people to have come out of your town. No wonder he shows them off. You can look at them in a bit more detail later, but at the moment, you don't see anything that's going to stop Mr. Lee walking into this room in those photographs. So you put that aside for now.
Can I just be proud of my body and just
Good
march?
question.
You're a
march-
teenager, really? That's
That's
cool.
a good point.
No, that's a good point. I was not even close to that when I was a teenager.
Can we blockade the door with one of these the chairs there?
It's an outward going door, so that's not going to work.
Oh, that's how they get you.
Classic.
Listen, I'm going straight for the other thing, the fire alarm. Fire alarm, right? Clear the building.
Oh, that is a federal offense.
Yeah, no, I'm going to prison, but
Worth it.
It seems like an escalation that you're choosing a worse option than what is the worst case scenario right now, which is your principal sees your underwear.
I mean, the other option I had was when the principal walks in, I would yell at him, "Why are you dressed?" and see if I could momentarily confuse him long enough for me to get out the door.
For you to kill him.
No, Carl.
Fire
alarm.
That's the Carl part of the brain. You have to suppress it sometimes.
Yeah.
Is there
Try
anyone?
all
Is
you
there,
want.
is there anyone outside the window? Can I look
Second-
outside the window and see what I see?
It's a 2nd story window, so you can mostly just see the afternoon sun over some of the other buildings. Again, it's a beautiful view. You might want to spend some more time on it later. Not going to help with this principal door situation. You can
How
look a bit
tall are the how tall are the file cabinets?
U-sized.
So 8.5 feet
Actually, you know
tall.
what? Slightly less
So-
than U-sized, probably.
So husky, as my mom used to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It
I'm
might-
already pulling my hand. The hand I control is going for the fire alarm.
That's fair. Look, you go for this fire alarm. It is inside a glass box that is sealed on all sides. Also pretty dusty. There hasn't been a fire alarm in a while. Through the dust on top, you do see a few words printed there in case of emergency, break glass.
Can I see if there's anything? Can I hide under the desk? Is there space down there for a person? And I guess while I'm checking that out, is there any articles of interest?
You don't see anything interesting under there. It does look like there is space for a person, but this isn't going to be like a Matilda situation where he comes and sits down and you can press yourself against the top of it. He will definitely kick you.
Is there anything on the desk we can use to break the glass?
The only thing sitting on the desk is a framed degree. That's about it. It also doesn't seem very helpful. One thing that you can do, as you were sort of examining the way that the door would go in and out and whether it was barricaded, there is something else that you notice about this door, which is it doesn't have a normal lock. Otherwise, just locking the door would probably have been an option.
Oh,
that's why we didn't even ask about that, because we knew there'd be some sort of trick. One step ahead.
Exactly. It's a swipe ID card lock, which obviously that is on the outside, but on the inside where you are, it's got a little mini screen that's attached to the swipe thing. And so you look at it, who knows, maybe it's got some sort of override control. So you tap at this little screen and it says, welcome, Joseph. Yeah. And then you see a little option that says temporarily freeze access.
I say yes.
That sounds good.
Seems like a good option.
Yes.
Let's tap yes. It says enter personal access code. Your chosen hint?
Yes.
Yes.
Baby minus papa plus mama.
Baby minus mama plus papa.
No.
Minus papa plus mama.
Wow.
I want to look at the photos to see if there's anything that looks like that sort of classic family.
No, they definitely don't. They're all just principally shaking hands with an ex-student. Nothing like that at all.
Is there like is it a 4-digit sort of situation? What's the input like?
Numbers.
Yep. 4
You
numbers?
Can't tell how many numbers. Not many. Maybe somewhere 3 to 5. Between 100 and 10,000 possible options. So no guessing.
Sure.
Do I know, does Principal Lee have any kids?
You're pretty sure he doesn't.
Okay.
Maybe.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna get caught. I think no way.
And let's root through the filing cabinets for pictures of moms.
No, the question
That's
is
always your first impulse, Carl.
Yeah, we'll get back to this puzzle in a second.
Yeah, if you're gonna get caught, the next question is what pose do you want to get caught in? Really?
Gonna be sitting in his chair.
Yeah, power pose.
Play.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you like to go and sit in his chair?
Yeah. I mean,
Totally
just
do that.
not permanently, but for the clues.
Exactly.
And for the gram.
Wait a minute. I got this. I got this. This is there's 3 chairs. It's a Goldilocks thing.
There's 2
Okay.
chairs. Okay, wait.
Well, including Mr. Lee's desk and chair. Is
Oh.
2 other chairs of equal size.
Right, exactly. There's 2 small ones and then there's 1 big one. So you gotta check the I don't know, number of legs on them. What do they got? Any numbers on these chairs? They got 4.
You take a look. They do indeed have 4 legs, but there are some other things going on. Like the principal's chair, you see that stitched into the back of it, it has, maybe it's a Roman numeral, maybe it's a size, but it says XL.
Okay. So that's
All right.
40?
40?
Yeah, you're recently out of high school. You definitely know the Roman numerals.
That's what kids learn in school, right?
What's
What
on
about the other chairs?
the other 2?
The other 2 chairs, one of them has a cushion, the other one doesn't. And on the cushionless one, you see, what do you see? Where are my notes?
Gonna get to the chair section.
You see the number 20 on its base.
And that's the one without a cushion?
Yes.
And what about his desk chair? Is there any kind of indication?
Oh yeah,
on
his desk chair is the big fancy. That was the big fancy one with XL. Sorry.
And what's the one with the cushion?
You can't see by looking at it. You can't see any number.
Can we remove the cushion?
Yes, that's very easy. It's there's a price tag underneath that says 150 on it.
Okay.
This principal has a lot of time on his hands.
I'm going to enter 130 into the keypad.
It doesn't work, which is strange.
Where'd you get 130?
Yeah.
Well, I thought baby was 150, Papa was 40, and then
90.
Mama was 20.
That's a 170.
I think Mama would have the cushion. Mama loves a nice. All the mamas I know love a little cushion.
Yeah. What do you know about Mama Bear's chair?
Oh, it's too soft.
There we go. Now he's getting it. I've had this crack for a while, but I want to see the light in your eyes.
So then it would be
baby plus Papa.
No, baby minus Papa.
Baby
That's
minus
negative
Papa.
20.
About 130.
That's what we just tried.
Just put that in, McElroy. Nice try. No cigar for that.
Wait, so then there's one without a cushion, and then there's the one that's just right. That's the baby bear chair. Is his chair. Right? So his chair.
Yeah, you sit
40,
in that chair like you planned. It is glorious.
Okay.
Minus 150. Right.
The principal is the baby bear.
The principal is the baby bear.
The mama was 150.
Okay.
In the
I
hallway.
love this, playing expectations against this classic stuff.
Everyone always thinks the principal's going to be the Papa Bear, but sometimes he's just a little baby.
So it's 170.
You can hear Mr. Lee's footsteps in the hallway.
They sound super cute because he's a little baby bear.
Oh. Wait, is this bear school?
This is why we told you that the geography professor character wouldn't work, because you're a bear.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is bear school.
This is why the underwear discussion was so curious.
Yeah, bears don't wear underwear, Travis.
I'm just
clearly from the Charmin commercials. We know that they just keep their butt out and everything in case they need.
And they talk a lot about their BMs.
Yeah.
Bear movements.
Thank you.
You hear Mr. Lee's footsteps coming right for this door. You hurriedly press in the code 170, and the little screen on the door turns green. Access temporarily frozen, it says. And not a moment too soon, because you hear the sound of a swipe card being inserted on the other side of the door. The lock says. And Mr. Lee makes a disgruntled, confused note. Exactly. You normally do the voices.
He turns and he rubs his back against the door in consternation.
He swipes again. Then the whole door shakes because, yep, he's done that to it, I guess. Then you hear his footsteps going away, much heavier and angrier. He's heading back down the hallway, probably going to yell at some admin staff in the office for getting a new card. Okay, great. You have bought yourself some time. Now you can explore this place properly and see if you can find anything that'll help you get your robes back.
Well, what haven't we turned over at this point? I guess
we didn't fully examine the window over the photos or the filing cabinet.
Yeah, you can take proper looks at all of those things. Which one would you like first?
Can we start with the photos?
Absolutely.
They seem prominent and interesting. Yeah.
Sure, those are coming to you. So once again, 3 photos. Each one is the principal shaking hands with a prominent ex-student. That's just come through the chat now.
I moved my keyboard away so I had better mouse control, and then I realized I had to press enter to send a message into the chat.
Oh, okay. I see. So this has to do with the position of the sun in the sky because the length of the shadows. I know that right off the bat.
And these don't look like bears, and I don't know if that's a clue or not.
I think it is. Maybe this was before the event.
The baroning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So it's later in the day. It's a westward facing window. So Ed would be earliest in the day, then Sonia, then Evelyn.
Well,
I don't know what that means for us, but
no, if the sun's going down, well, no, if the window faces the west,
Yes. So as the sun goes down in the west, not the
The
east,
shadows would get longer.
Mr.
Would get-
Treadway.
No, it's
Right.
reversed.
No
Our
reversing.
hemispheres.
No, it's still okay. It's not important. Are the
We're right on the equator.
are the
Okay.
photos
On the moon.
entirely?
It's
Are
a
they, like,
hemisphere thing.
This is tropical bear school. It's right on the equator.
are they attached to the wall, or can we like look on the backs of them or something?
There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
exciting on the backs of these.
Okay,
Except for an ancient riddle.
but that's unrelated. Okay,
Unrelated
great.
ancient riddle.
Well, I don't know what information we. Oh wait, records or
Reports.
reports, test fight. Maybe these names are in there. Finances. They're rich
Finances would be my first inclination to check out.
You go to the finances cabinet. It is locked up tight. Yeah, okay, maybe that makes sense. It requires a 5-digit combination to open. Yeah, Mr. Lee is keeping this one secure. Oh, also taped to the side of the cabinet, you see a narrow strip of paper. Again, that one's coming through to you now.
Can I use my bear strength to open the cabinet, or will that be noticed?
You know that all schools use bear-proof cabinets. Come on.
Ah, damn it! You're right.
Don't try and
That's
catch us up.
dumb.
God
That
Almighty,
was
this looks like
dumb.
an old Sierra game, like DRM, like chart that you would have to. It's like the wheel you would have to spin.
That's our
to get,
goal.
What's Principal Lee into?
Seems like the occult. Where did we find this piece of paper?
This is
On
some
the side of-
numerology stuff.
This is
On the
taped to the side of the finances cabinet.
Would you, Griffin, do you want to describe it for anybody who's listening along but not looking at the image?
So it's 10 sort of symbols, each relating to a number, 1 through 9, and then 0. And they seem fairly elemental in nature. There's a cloud, a gust of wind, a flower, a sun, a rock, a moon, a fire, a drop of water, a star, and a leaf. Yeah.
Thank God,
Okay,
they
well,
can
that-
all be recognized. Do you know how hard it is to draw a gust of wind?
I know exactly what
That's
this is.
very good.
It's very curly.
If it was turned sideways though, like 90 degrees, it would look like someone riding a geyser into the sky, which
And
I
that
was
would
like,
be very fun.
"Whee!" I guess the other 2 cabinets.
Yeah.
Are they also locked?
Those 2 are not locked. They open pretty easily. So what do you reckon? Tests or reports?
I don't know what reports would
That's
entail.
fair.
So maybe we start
Report
there.
cards. Okay.
It is indeed report cards. This is like the one I tried to make it as dialect neutral as possible, but here it's interchangeable, reports or report cards. So I left that one in there.
We can forgive that.
Honestly, at least it's not like last time when you were on our podcast, Justin and Travis, and we had a source debacle.
That's true.
Oh. All right, so this reports cabinet, it opens easily, and you do see stacks upon stacks of report cards. They're all filled out. They're ready to hit students hard as soon as the school term is officially over. There doesn't seem to, you don't find anything out of place here. All that you find is report cards.
Can I check
All
mine
right.
out? How'd I do?
Oh, yeah,
Burn it.
you can definitely find your own. You search through it alphabetically, you find it. And what name do you go by in this one collectively?
Carl Treadway.
All right, you look.
I think it was actually Carl's Treadway.
Z.
All right. You find one. The very first page is the one that's got a personalized statement from the principal, just talking about you.
I'd love to see him naked. I definitely wouldn't get angry about it. That's for sure.
We're just bears after all.
It would be stranger if he was wearing clothes.
Like some kind of heretic.
Like the first lesson in bear school. Carl's is a conscientious student who has a warm, sunny disposition in class, blah, blah, blah. You sigh. You recognize this. This is the typical teacher language for when they have no idea which student they're writing about. So you put it back disappointed. But as you're doing so, you happen to catch a glimpse of the report in front of yours. Maria is a conscientious student who has a warm, sunny disposition in class. Wait, hold on. You grab another one and another, and then all the way back, you find one that is written a little bit differently. And it says, student, is a conscientious student who has a warm, sunny disposition in class. However, we have noticed a drop in grades right before exams. Student has the potential to be a star student, and we would hate them to wind up wasting his, her, their great potential. He, she, they needs to work harder and find a way to get more fired up about the material. You realize this is a template. Mr. Lee has not written a personalized statement in his life. He just keeps copying the same one for everybody.
Sorry, can you read that one more time?
Absolutely.
I think I got it.
Student is a conscientious student who has a warm, sunny disposition in class. However, we have noticed a drop in grades right before exams. Student has the potential to be a star student, and we would hate for them to wind up wasting his, her, their great potential. He, she, they needs to work harder and find a way to get more fired up about the material.
All right, can we enter the code?
Never mind. I thought I had something, but I'm coming up empty.
What
Uh,
code
Okay,
do you
what
have,
is it,
Griffin?
Ditto?
What do you reckon?
4,
Dad, what do you
8,
think?
9.
Mac, what do you think, pal?
For a 5-digit code.
You have
Is
5
that what
digits.
It's 5 digits. No idea.
I think I have it. I think I have it.
Griffin might have it.
Explain it, please.
Okay, what do you think, Carl?
No, I got nothing.
No,
Yeah,
this is,
No,
this is
Griffin
Carl.
Carl.
No, this is
I think
this
we're
is
stumped.
the
I think we're
Royal
stumped,
Carl.
guys. We
Let
should
the
just
kid
move
take a
on.
swing. Let
This
the
is-
kid take it. Everybody needs to whiff one time. It's good for the confidence.
Okay.
this isn't Carl's. This is Carl's Jr. talking.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll accept it. 48927.
And why on earth would that be?
Because of the subtle clues in the message relating to the different elemental symbols. The one I almost didn't catch was wind being wind, but I think if you go through that message in order, picking out those symbols, I believe it's 48927.
We did
Nope.
have sunny, a drop, a star student, wind up, and then get fired up. 48927. That
I don't think
works.
that's it.
Whoa!
Nah, it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Try something
Oh,
else.
now he's disappointed. Look. Oh.
Aw.
No.
He'll
Try
talk to his
job,
dad.
Try
His
Carl.
dad
five
will sort it out.
fives. Try 5 5s first.
All right, and then work forwards or backwards, whichever one feels right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
00000 and then 00001. Just keep going.
It's gonna be correct one day.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in the nuclear codes or something?
I want my prize. What do I get?
All right, you get the lock to click open on the school finances cabinet.
Yeah. And we
This
take
is
all
what-
the money.
Every
Yeah,
teenager
it's just a filing
wants.
cabinet full of
That's
cash.
the dream.
You swing open the cabinet. There's no money. Maybe there's some juicy financial gossip in here, though. You take a look.
And some fish. There's love that stuff.
It's just full of salmon.
Hell yeah.
All right. You have a read through what you find. Oh, wow. A lot of this is incredibly boring. And in some cases, it's just really sad. The teacher salary. Oh, man. And they keep putting in notes about how they've spent their own money on classes and want reimbursement, but they never seem to get it. Oh, I mean, no one's doing any weird, irresponsible splurging. There's just no money. On the other hand, you do find a lot of cut corners. There's bad food. There's cheaper asphalt on the quad. Even this weird one. Due to budget cuts, all teacher desks can only afford 3 legs.
This
That
is
feels
why
like
I
it.
got disgraced. I decided to get disgraced because there's no funding. There's no cash in this game. I was promised sacks when I got into the game. And not a peep, not a drop from the beak.
That's how they
Um,
get you. No one's ever talking about the fact that teachers are underpaid. Everyone
Yeah,
assumes they're
right?
making millions.
Hey,
Well, it's
Mac,
those
show these
fancy
kids how
cars.
it's done, Mac. Do the next thing.
Okay. How about we look at we've opened all 3 of the cabinets, correct?
No.
I don't think we looked at tests yet.
Let's look at tests.
Not so much. This one is also unlocked. You pull open one of its drawers. It is packed front to back with papers. It's just copies of school tests separated by topic and teacher. Some of them fresh and new, some of them wrinkled and yellow, photocopied a million times. Thankfully, your school testing days are over, so you don't have to pay too much attention to this.
I am
In
going to steal a
addition-
bunch of copies though to sell them.
Makes
to make
sense.
bank. Yeah.
Absolutely. You take the hardest ones that you can and just
Hell yeah.
stuff them
dude.
in
he's
your
gonna-
pockets.
He's going to take that money to buy more teacher desk legs.
That's
just to
right.
sort of
Also, I just
pay it
realized you
forward.
said that I don't have pockets. I shove them in my underpants.
No, you've got a pouch, right? Bears have pouches.
Wait,
That's
what
right.
bear? Wait,
Yeah.
hold
In
on.
America,
yeah.
we call it a sack.
Or a marsupials.
Yeah,
Are you
we're
thinking
Australian. We
marsupial?
assume every animal has a pouch.
That's fair. Until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you keeping your pen and paper right now?
In my butt crack.
Also known as the human pouch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Either way, you look at this whole stack of tests that you find in here. There is a lot. You have no idea what might be relevant to your situation right now.
How
In the
old are these
finance- oh, sorry.
tests?
Some of them
Are they-
ancient, some of them shiny and new.
Could we look for the names Evelyn Rosantes, Sonia Jacobson, and Ed McLean?
So those ex-students, these are tests that have not actually been filled in by students at any point. They're just they're just the blank copies of tests. So
Did
no,
we see
you don't
those
see their
names anywhere in the financing cabinet?
They probably donated at some point. That would make sense.
Yeah, that's probably why
A
they get the
one-off
picture.
donation from the same day that the photos were taken.
How many legs does Mr. Lee's desk have?
That is curious. It certainly looks like it's got 4.
Fake leg.
Hmm.
Flake,
I'm gonna
fake
check
leg.
those legs. Yeah, check.
I
the
had
legs.
one of those.
Huh.
That's where I used to store. Doesn't matter, but
You know, a
It
fake
didn't have
leg is
anything to
not
do with the
something you
disgrace.
used to have. You know.
Yeah.
No, he didn't wear it.
Oh, he just owned a. I got you.
Yeah, eventually the owner took it back.
Okay.
You do take a bit of a closer look at these desk legs, and sure enough, one of them doesn't 100% match the others. Just a little narrower, just a slightly different shade of brown. And when you grab it, it wobbles. Not easy, but with a bit of maneuvering, you get the entire leg to fall out without compromising the desk's stability.
Bold.
The false leg is indeed hollow as well. There is a bunch of rolled up paper inside.
It's marijuana cigarettes.
If so, they are huge ones. You
Oh.
unfurl these pieces.
change of plans.
We're getting super double
We're
expelled.
getting baked.
This first one that you pull out and unravel, it's a diploma awarded to Mr. Lee, DHOS, July 2013. You struggle to think about what your careers advisors have told you. DHOS, I don't know, diploma in hospitality. Okay, that's a little weird.
Sorry, what year?
2013.
Okay.
And then the next one, another diploma, this time a DMAT, diploma in, what is that? Music and audio technology, you think?
Yeah, sounds right.
That one's from 2015. And the last one is a university degree, a BSE, November 2018, Bachelor of Science in Engineering, you think? It's a little weird. Why does Mr. Lee have a whole bunch of wildly different qualifications? And why are they stashed away in a desk leg?
I want to look at the framed diploma that's on his desk.
Yeah, you definitely saw that. So that makes sense. You compare it, you pick up this frame, you examine this degree. It's got about the same amount of detail as the others. Joseph Lee, M. Teach, Masters of Teaching, you guess, awarded April 2012. In itself, nothing weird about it, but compared to the others, that's a strange stack.
Was Joseph's name on all of them?
Yes.
Okay. Huh.
Listen,
Okay.
we've been having a lot of fun here, but I'm starting to get a little freaked out. This is a bad dude. This is
Yeah.
a bad dude. I've known a lot of people like this. I'm tired of kidding around. I don't care about the clothes. We don't need them. We need to get the fuck out of here. This is a bad. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the lane. We need to get out of here. This is a bad dude. Put the
So
chair
you're
through the
equating-
window. Put the chair through the window. We're out of here.
Let's
You're
see.
equating overeducation with being bad.
Now, hold on.
This
Don.
guy knows some
Mhm.
bad people and he's done some real bad things. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of that whenever he gets the IT nerds to come on down and swipe a roost, the
I want you to,
ID.
Dad, check your Mackle sense. Are you telling me that you think this dude hid his totally legit, super real diplomas in a hollow leg in his desk? Your
Tell
Mackle
him,
sense
Max.
is telling you like totally cool.
I think I'm thinking outside of the box, maybe too much.
Maybe a little bit.
You could get a degree in 2013, another one in 2015, another one in 2018, and another in 2022.
Yeah, he might just have a wide variety of interests, you guess.
Are there any drawers in the desk?
There is a single drawer, yes. It is locked with an electronic letter lock, and it looks like it's going to take 7 letters. And, ooh, hold on. Mr. Lee must have closed that in a hurry because there's something poking out of the corner. You get your fingers around it, you pull. It's a little card, the kind you might find attached to like, a bouquet of flowers, say. So you flip it open and you read, and it says, "Happy birthday, David. I still can't get that poem out of my head. It's just like my life. Thanks for showing it to me before everyone else. I'm glad you remembered how much I loved seeing the soccer together. Best, Joseph." All right, well, Joseph is Mr. Lee. David, maybe that's David McKenna? Mr. McKenna, your English teacher from last year? Okay.
Bit up himself to sign it as the best Joseph.
My mentalist training is telling me to now go back to the tests and check the ones that are from that teacher's class.
You go back to the test cabinet, you search for Mr. McKenna's name. It is indeed easy to find a whole section by him. Yikes. It looks like he's written about 500 tests in his time. Anything more that you can use to narrow down what might be interesting?
Either soccer or poetry.
You take a look. Ooh, fantastic. He's the most prolific teacher on the planet, but there is only one test that is dated quite recently about a poem called The Grand Final. And that is your next image that you're going to see.
Also, do people say the soccer? I didn't know that. I like that.
You go to see the soccer?
Yeah, you can
Absolutely.
go see the soccer.
I like that. Is this the new one? Yeah.
Man, so are you saying we're the only 2 countries in the world that say soccer and we don't even do that the same?
Yeah,
I know.
correct.
I thought we had a breakfast at Tiffany's situation, but apparently not.
Clint, would you like to read this poem for everybody?
I
listening
certainly
along
would.
at home?
The grand final. Open on the right. Nothing open on the left. Each one matters. Let me pass this first step. Eventually into the midfield, tackles come from all sides. Take note of who reaches me first. Earliest matters and can't hide. Racing to the goal, but what got me this far? A most recent award. Capturing the passion in my heart. Kick. And then an essay question. To what is the poet alluding in each stanza? Use initials for titles and only first names for people.
That was everything I could have wanted and more. Thank you.
I like how you handle
This doesn't mean anything. Toss that. Move on. It's a blind alley.
Okay, wait. No, this is about.
There's
I
no
don't know the
geography in it at
first-
all.
I don't know the first stanza, but I feel like I know the second 2. Or
You think the
last
second 2 are about the diploma and the
photo.
people? Yeah, the photo. I want to take a look out the window to get a sense of like building layout.
Excellent idea. So from here, you can get a very nice view of 2 buildings. Colloquially, you just call them the left and the right building. Your grade would normally be having their classes there right now, but because you're all off getting ready for graduation, only about half the rooms are even open. The rest have their blinds down. And one more image for you.
There is a link that you can have a look at.
I'm taking all of my notes in the like URL field at the top of like a bunch of different tabs. It is the worst imaginable way that I
Open
could be
on the
doing
right.
this.
I have never felt such kinship. That is what I do when I'm playing puzzle computer games on our Twitch streams.
Okay, good.
And for everybody watching at home, right before we started, we did ask if Griffin had a pen and paper, and he said, I don't need that. Someone else will have that. Who needs to take notes?
I didn't even
Oh.
actually say anything. Okay, so from the last two stanzas, I have 5 letters. So I'm not
Hold on.
sure.
SFED BSE.
F. Yeah, F. I think you switched the first 2 letters around.
Did I?
Oh wait.
No, because it's the first one says open on the right, nothing open on the left. So it would be right first, and then the left.
All right. So you got a collection of a bunch of letters there. How many letters was that?
7.
Indeed.
And I believe you can rearrange it to beefsta.
Beefsta.
Beefsta. Have
A
you
bear's
guys
favorite?
logged in? Have you guys made an account on Beefsta yet?
It's where
It's a
everyone's
lot
migrating
sexier
to.
than you'd think. It sounds kind of atrocious, but once you get in there and get past some of the adult filters, there's some choice stuff, some nice nuds on Beefsta.
I'm going to enter them just how they are.
Mhm.
SFEDBSE.
The lock on the drawer does not open. And you roll your eyes and think, just how typical of an English exam. There's always some hidden extra layer to it and some hidden meaning in the test.
Mm,
Oh no, I have a silent Clint.
What? Are you looking? Are you dead?
did you mute?
Oh,
The
wait.
lock is letters.
Yes.
Okay, can I have the 7 letters again?
S
Think-
F
Yeah.
E D B S E.
And then we kick the drawer.
Got to do the
That's
kick.
the secret.
There's got to be.
what?
Is there something in the poem that would hint at the way that we're supposed to arrange these?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Okay.
Oh, but you're not going to tell us? Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be okay. I get
Is
it.
that the catchphrase for y'all's for the podcast? It's just perhaps.
Wait, use initials for titles and only first names for people.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that
how I got the
was-
BSE.
and the
for the
edge.
double.
Something's there.
But yeah, they were underlined. They had to be important.
Right.
Something's there. I gave you everything I can give
Nothing
you. I don't
up
want to
on the
spoil it.
left. Each one.
Too many cooks.
He knows
Too
what
many
he's
cooks
talking about.
spoil the beef stir.
So, Bill, you've been on Beefsta.
I've been on beef stir. There's too
Can I
many
call you
cooks.
Bill?
There are a
Not
lot
too
of cooks on
formal?
there. Is it maybe we gotta reorganize that?
You guys think about it for a second. Bill, Danny, how'd you all get into this racket?
Well, we just saw a gap in the market for people who wanted to do escape rooms, but didn't want
not
to go and do
do
escape rooms.
Right.
All right.
And the
Dan,
rest
what are
is
you
history.
thinking?
That was so much shorter than I think we were all expecting.
I'm
that
sorry.
to go. I thought we'd
Oh,
have
yeah.
way
On
more
a
time
cold
to.
winter's day in
Yeah, thank you.
2000.
Who's
Actually,
who's the dumbest guest you've ever had?
If you could just quickly mute your headphones, I'll answer that question. Just maybe just do a quick mute. Yeah,
Got it.
just jump off the call. Travis. It was Travis.
I know that's
Yeah.
not true. I'm a mentalist.
Okay, so
He
if,
is a mentalist. It was probably Justin. He barely listens.
2 letters are open on the right, F and E.
All right.
Right? Three of these are open on the right. Nothing
The
open
Puzzle
on
Boys
the
are
left.
monopolizing this. Let's get back to us.
So yeah,
What's Australia like?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
we're not flooding right now, which is nice.
Huge.
Yeah. Oh, it stopped raining finally. We had the wettest summer in the world. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it is rain. It is rain season.
It's Bedfest.
Bedfest.
Bedfest. That's it's
Oh.
BED.
Every May Bedfest comes
No, there's
along.
no T.
Bedfest.
It's not Bedfest. The letters rearranged to Bedfest.
The posters. Don't sleep on Bedfest this year. Make sure you get out there for it.
Don't sleep on Bedfest. Sleep
Beefs.
at Bedfest.
Dead beefs. That's not it.
Oh no.
Beefs.
I think
I don't
Dad
think there's an anagram. The noodle would have solved that one already.
Mm.
Dad, what do
Okay.
you got? You seem on a precipice.
No, I just the letters.
What's your favorite municipality? Danny, you first.
The biggest one.
Oh yeah, that one's
Christchurch.
different country.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful
Their
part of the world.
geography.
Beautiful part of the world.
Is there something that we are missing that you can give us a hint on?
I think you were
wait,
correct.
Dad. I think Dad's got something. I think he's just not getting a chance to
What is he have?
put it
Okay.
out there.
Okay, let me ask: does the position of the sun have anything to do with the solution?
That was part of the solution that I think some people jumped to pretty quickly, because that was in, what was that, the middle stanza? It's talking about someone who met you first.
Which you figured out was Ed because he had the shortest shadow.
Okay.
But there is something in the poem. You were right to think there might be another clue in the poem about directing you somehow of how to
Yeah.
deal with the letters that you found.
Well,
Most recent. There's something there.
God Almighty.
Wait,
Uh,
wait. Would a most recent award be the most recent?
Diploma. That's how we
diploma?
got. That's how we got the letters. I think we
Yeah.
have the 7 letters. It's just a question of what
It's
order to
arranging them.
put them in. I think you were onto something, Dad, with the nothing. F, E, and E being open on.
But the open on the right was to do with the windows. That was how those
Whoa,
letters
no.
happened.
Hey. All right. I'll give it to him. Danny, I'm sorry. I'll give it to him. One
Please.
letter back. One letter back.
One letter back is correct. Where did you get that from?
The first letters in each of the lines there. One letter back.
Oh man.
Yeah, one letter
that's
back.
Very clever.
Sorry, I was getting bored. I had to ruin it. I was gonna let you all find it organically, but one letter back.
So SF, or was it FS?
SF.
SF. Okay.
So wait,
Check your
red
URL,
card.
Griffin.
Yeah, red card.
All in the URL.
The
What was that,
password is
Travis?
red card.
Yeah, if you put all of those letters back one, you get red card. A very appropriate
Wow.
soccer term.
Good work, everybody.
You type that into the drawer lock and it slides open easily. Inside, you find 2 objects, both curious ones. The first one is an extendable rod with a hook on one end.
I'm gonna put that back. That's private. that's Principal Lee's business.
Yeah, that's what the card was attached to. That was the present. That was,
Mhm.
yeah. It only extends to about 2 feet long. And from what you hope, it's for opening and closing hard to reach blinds or windows. The second object is a small but very tough looking hammer.
Okay. So the hammer seems like that could break that glass. Listen, I'm not jumping to conclusions here, but I think the hammer could be related to the glass. Does the window have a mechanism?
Have we tried to open the window?
Good question.
Window seems like it's locked at the moment, and you don't really see anything that's going to help you if you get that one open.
And I
From
threw a
the
chair at it.
outside?
Nothing happened.
The chair bounced back and hit you in the head.
I remember.
That's why you wear the hat.
That's why you've got that.
To cover
Because
the
he has
blood.
he has a plaster on it. Is that?
I'd call it a band-aid. You think of the UK.
That's
Yeah. Is there?
We
what
are
are
really
those windows?
showing our
I'll say it.
assets right
I'll
now.
say it.
What are those little windows called above a door? You know, where it's
Windows.
just like
transom.
Baby window.
Thank you, transom. Is there a
That's
transom?
fancy. On the door?
Yeah.
Nah.
I thought Transom was Justin's character name.
No, Carl Treadway.
Transom.
Transom Treadway.
My brother Transom.
My middle name is Transom.
So there's no way of knowing if the hallway has been evacuated or not.
Oh, you can take a tiny peek out the door, but no one will notice if you open it a crack. And look, the hallway, as far as you can tell, the hallway itself is empty. The big problem is you got these 2 classrooms whose doors are wide open and they are full. And it doesn't matter how fast you think you are. You're going to be seen if you just stroll past.
Let me ask
Could
this.
we-
And go ahead, Dad.
Could we reach the doorknobs with the rod and hook?
You look at it in your hand. You look at how long you can get it to extend to. You don't think it's going to be long enough.
This might be too much information to give us, but looking around the room, is there anything that's like, well, we haven't done that yet? Because looking at the map, I feel like we've done everything in the room.
You've done a good amount, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time for the fire alarm.
I think it's time for the fire alarm as well.
All right. What would you like to hit this glass with?
My face.
The little
No, wait.
hammer.
No, God, I blew it. I'm sorry, guys.
You hit it with your bare face first, and you
Uh-huh.
bounce
Wait.
off. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Rookie mistake.
in doing
I
so,
wanted to do it too.
there was some dust on it, and that dust blows away once you hit your face against it. And you see that where this glass said, in case of emergency, break glass, some of the dust has moved away, and it now says, in case of emergency, break glass with supplied hammer.
Oh, it's the hammer, guys. The hammer.
Why
is for
would
the glass?
now I question why this principal would put the hammer somewhere locked up, nowhere even close to where the fire alarm is? Like
Only
maybe
he
they
is allowed to say when there's a fire.
Every time
Yes.
a kid comes into his office, they set off the fire alarm.
Yeah,
Just
that's
for
fair.
fun.
Oh, we're talking insurance fraud. He is a bad guy.
Thank you. All right, let's smash that glass.
Let's do a smash.
You whack the glass with the hammer, and the whole box shatters into big glassy fragments. Fire alarm is now free.
Wait a minute.
The trap.
Seems like it. Okay, describe what activates the alarm.
It is a big red button that is glowing with a smiley face on it. And that smiley face moves and goes, go on,
Do it.
go on.
Do it. Press the button.
Nothing weird about that.
Come on. Press me.
Can I ask? Do the face? Does the face look like y'all's face?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Press me. Hey.
I
No
use
one's
one of
gonna
my
know it was
I
you.
use one of my hands to press the button.
The
Yeah.
trap door opens.
You press the button down, and it's exactly what it should be. A shrill wail of a siren pierces the air. After a moment, you hear a scraping sound that you know is several chairs being pushed out at once. So you open the door just a crack again, and you peek out into the hallway. Fantastic. You see students forming a neat, orderly line being led by a teacher leaving classroom 2 and heading for the stairs. Classroom 2 being the one that is closer to the principal's office.
But the teacher in classroom 1 is like, no, this test is worth more than your lives.
Yeah, they're one of those teachers
The
that
bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
and they always believe that if an alarm's going off, it must be a false one. Just ignore it. Keep going. So yeah, classroom 2 empty, classroom 1 still very full.
I push the button again.
Oh, the
That
fire alarm
turns it off. Classroom 2 comes
They
back.
turn around.
No, I push it back. I push
That's
it
the
a third time.
time.
Let's head into the empty class. I mean, let
Yes.
us, as in one person,
Mhm, mhm.
head into
The
the empty
royal
class.
us.
Carl, go into the classroom.
Who said that?
I control the ass. So
Oh, right. We established that.
I
Who's
like
in
to
charge
think of this
feet?
as just to establish like a Meet Dave situation.
Like a weekend
That's
at
what I'm thinking.
Bernie's. Yeah, floppy.
No, those are two different things, Griffin. Meet Dave is tiny aliens piloting a human-shaped robot ship, and Weekend at Bernie's is a dead body being molested by two perverts.
That's fair.
I like it as an everyone is John situation where you all are in the same body, but you all have very different goals.
That's fair.
Yes.
Could be a
Okay, into
Malkovich.
Into classroom 2. There's so many movies where people control people's bodies.
Let's list more.
Well,
Please
there
no.
was Meet Dave, which was MEAT
said-
Dave.
I said Meet Dave.
Mhm, mhm.
No, yeah,
I
there's
spelled it
No,
different.
there was Meet Dave. That was more like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
yes.
We've just got a little Meet
Horrifying.
Day.
MaximumFun.org/joy.
For more of those movies.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a bonus episode about Meet Day. Who
Uh,
could say?
Let's sneak into classroom 2.
It's a little bit weird going back, wandering through the hallway and entering the classroom dressed this way, but you are
A
pretty
little
safely away.
freeing, maybe. Maybe it awakens something within us.
That's for
I just
college.
saw, hold on. I just clicked into the YouTube chat and I saw Justin confess that he's been using mascara to darken his chest hair. And I'm really glad that we I'm really glad that mystery has been solved for me.
Justin, wait, you're telling me that Justin uses mascara to darken his chest hair?
Hey, more than that, you're telling me Justin's in the YouTube chat while we're trying to do an escape room?
I asked him to keep an eye on things. If any of the Carl heads entered the chat, I wanted to know.
Is that how you figured out one letter back, Carl? Carl, is that how you figured out one letter back?
No, I figured that out because I'm extremely smart. And I wouldn't know how to log into YouTube chat with my worst enemy's MySpace.
I don't know if anybody here would.
Anyway, classroom 2. It's neat enough. It's neat enough in here. The students and teacher didn't pack everything up before leaving, but all of the chairs are tucked in. Students' chairs, teacher's chair. They're all tucked into their desks. All the stuff on the desktops is neat. You see a stack of papers on all of them. Don't do that yet.
I'm not. I'm getting ready.
Okay.
Gosh, look at me. No one even knows what I'm being admonished for.
You look at the board out the front of the room and it says final mathematics assessment. Oh, you may have interrupted something important here.
Are we supposed to stop what we're doing, attempting to regain our clothes so as not to be exposed as a nudie Judy in order to take a math test?
Would it be a school nightmare if you didn't?
That's fair. I checked the math test.
You take a look at these papers. There are only 6 questions on them. They must be really hard. Well, maybe. The first 3 are labeled easy, and the next 2 medium, and the last one hard. You read the questions. Okay, this must have been a level of maths you didn't know existed because these questions are nonsense. The words make sense as questions on a test. They are nothing.
Shall I send it?
Now you can
now
send
I
it.
can send
yes,
it.
now you are allowed.
By the way, I wish more teachers did that, where they were just like, these are the hard ones. These are the easy ones, guys. Enjoy these easy ones because, oh boy, a hard one's coming.
And that is in there.
Okay. Dad, do you want to read the first easy question?
Yep. Number 1. Tori stands up from her desk
This is a
in the middle
sexy
of
maths
her
test.
classroom. She goes in a straight line to visit famous CEO Sonia Jacobson. Then she reads her own report. What distance does Tori travel?
Justin, next one.
Who's Justin?
Oh, I'm sorry. Transom, next one.
Carl Treadway.
Oh, I thought I had it right.
It's pretty sad you don't know how to read it. You should stop wasting your time on podcasts and learn how to read. But yeah, Carl got you this time. No worries. Dustin sits in the middle of his classroom, which is not ours. He leaves and turns to go downstairs. Just before heading down, he instead turns and goes through the walls in a straight line to read what is written on our classroom's board. What is his velocity?
Griffin, what do you do next?
Margaret stands at one end of the hallway, uncertain which room she must enter. She wanders up and down the hallway several times. What is her expected acceleration?
Travis, I think it's your turn.
Philip walked around our classroom once, went outside, then did the same in another classroom. He then repeated the process while crawling. What was his average number of limbs touching the ground per step taken?
Totally makes sense.
We got 6 people. Danny, do you want to read the next one?
Oh, okay, sure. Andrea walks up the stairs 2 at a time. Her gait is 3/4 the length of most students. According to Simpson's rule, what is the expected surface area of her desk?
Oh, no, and I've given myself the longest one. Robbie comes to school by train, leaving at 7:40 a.m. and traveling from Newport to the front gates in approximately 62 minutes. He ascends the stairs in left building, but every 3rd day forgets his homework and must descend again, walking for 2.8 minutes to the administration block in the northeast corner of the school to call his parents. At 3:30 p.m. after school on these days, he is sent to the principal's office, where he looks out the window for 11 8-second intervals before the principal arrives. By the time the principal has finished admonishing him, what will Robbie's basal body temperature be?
All right.
Now, here's the thing.
We're going to have to split up. Griffin, you take the first 3. Travis, second 2. Dad, McElroy, Clint, you go back and do the first one. Danny and Bill, you guys got the last one.
Here's the wild thing I just realized. I don't even, like, not only do I not know what we're supposed to solve in these questions, what are we trying to figure out exactly right now at this second?
Yeah, I mean, probably
You
nothing.
can just stay in this classroom forever.
Hey, wait. Flip it over. What's in the back?
The answers.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's going to do it for us. Have a good night.
No, it does seem like a bit of a insane thing to try and tackle, especially because these questions,
Yeah.
I don't know if they have solutions.
Yeah. Who knows?
I feel like the first three, and bear with me here, if you follow the directions, they create numbers on the map. Like if you start in the middle of classroom 2 and then you go out in a straight line to the hallway and then a straight line into the office and then another straight line to go to the picture of, what was it? Sonia Jacobson. It kind of looks like a 2 or a 5. And if you do the second one, it looks like a 3. And if you do the other one, it looks like a 1. That's the best I've got.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to throw some out there. It's not an answer. It's just a little bit of an idea. You look at the actions, right? Tori stands, Dustin sits, Margaret stands. That's the first 3. Second batch, Philip walks, Andrea walks. Interesting. Third one, Robbie comes.
Okay.
You get it.
Let's move on.
But it's a very good point. What are you even trying to achieve right now?
Yeah, what is your goal as humans?
What is this
Or
math
bears?
test doing to help you?
Well, we're trying to get to the cupboard,
Mm-hmm.
and classroom 1 is still there.
Mm.
So, in broad terms, we're trying to figure out a way to either get by classroom 1 without them noticing, or to get classroom 1 to leave and go
Excellent.
down the stairs.
Because come can also.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
just
Thank you,
moving.
Carl. This is we'll debrief about Carl after. I feel like where he ranks in the pantheon of Justin characters is not the highest,
Not the lowest.
not the lowest. No.
Every time my vision flicks down to just its chest, I think it's a bat symbol.
Should be so lucky.
Is there anything written on the chalkboard? Did we already look at that?
Just saying final maths assessment.
Okay. Is the
I'm thinking I keep picturing a crossword puzzle. Tori stands up from her desk in the middle of our classroom. So obviously I'm on the wrong track. Reading faces.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, there's also the first one specifies that it's in our classroom, and then the second one specifically says it's not ours. So there's something there.
Yeah. But this just might not be something that's going to help you that much right now. It might be
leave.
something else.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lock we've missed or something somewhere.
You have in the principal's office, you've covered everything. You did great.
Okay, so looking in the hallway, is there anything interesting about the door for classroom 1? Or
Just that it was it's
It's open.
It's open.
It's away from you. You try it. It's the same distance. You still wouldn't be able to hook it with just a little 2-foot pole. It'd still be a bit too short to hook that closed without being
Right.
seen.
Everyone could see you if you walked by it.
But it's full of kids.
Nothing exciting about the hallway.
Is there a drawer in the teacher's desk in classroom 2?
There is no drawer on this teacher's desk.
Are there 4 legs on the teacher's desk?
There appear to be 4 legs on this teacher's desk. But once again, you get in close and you manage to jiggle one of them free. This one is not concealing any hidden documents like Mr. Lee's, but it is unusual. It has a little hollow groove at one end that looks like something could slot into it, and a screw on the side to tighten whatever it is.
Something could screw into it.
All right, say that one more time. It's how I'm trying to picture it.
It's just got like a little sort of divot at the top where it looks like something is supposed to sit in there, and a little screw on the side so that you could tighten it in place.
Does the extendable rod fit in it?
It does. It fits
Okay.
in perfectly. So you now have about a
No connection.
4-foot extendable rod.
Is that long enough to close the door?
You creep as close as you can to classroom 1's door while still making sure you're out of view. You take the long hook stick, you stretch it along the ground, and then slowly lift it up, and it hooks onto the door handle. And then very slowly, it's just the wind, guys. It's just the wind. Nobody notices anything. And you get the door closed.
Excellent.
And nobody comes to inspect it.
Because
Okay.
this bear school is haunted, and that
Let's
is
hustle
expected
him.
behavior.
Hustle and
Sir,
bustle.
the door's closing. It's just the ghost. Don't worry
Deal
about the
with
fire
it.
alarm. Don't worry about the ghost.
Now
Just
back
keep
to your
doing this
porridge.
homework. Classroom porridge. This is home economics. We're making
This
porridge.
porridge is too hot, and my porridge is. Well, enough of that.
Shut up, Dad.
Okay, let's hustle and bustle over to the cupboard.
Yeah, finally, you are totally safe. You race for that cupboard. Victory is within your reach. I mean, I don't know if you'd call this exactly a victory, but whatever, it'll be over. You grab the cupboard door, and it doesn't budge. There is a 3-digit lock holding it firmly shut. Who would do that?
Ridiculous.
And as you investigate alternate means of getting this thing open, you see there is a laminated piece of paper stuck to the side. And it says, property of mathematics department, senior mathematics students only. It should be easy for you to solve this code. Maths department. That's who would do something like this to you.
Bloody maths department.
Okay, Griffin, what did you say the first 3 words?
But wait, what was? Hold on, because there's 6 questions and there's only
But
3
it should be
digits on this.
easy for you. Is what it
Okay.
says in the clue.
So if we just use the easy answers, I believe the solution is 531. Because if you follow those pathways, that is
No.
the numbers they spell out.
Now,
I
this
think.
is interesting because, yeah, I think that we should get more drawings on this because that does not match my drawings.
531 does not work, but it's definitely a good idea. So maybe let's have a look at that.
Wait, so she stands up, she goes in a straight line, and then to report, that's 7. I don't know where you got 5 from.
Wait, Margaret stands at the end of one hallway, uncertain which room she must enter. She wanders up and down the hallway several times.
That definitely sounds like a 1.
That's 1. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm
since it's the
saying the
middle-
first one, Tori stands up from her desk in the middle of the classroom and goes to the picture.
Oh,
with the
okay. I
straight
guess if
line
she
there.
stands still, yeah, then 7.
Tori is the school ghost. So
Yeah, she can go through
Okay.
the walls. She's been closing all the doors.
Okay, I was adding an extra line in there that doesn't need to be there. So I think Travis,
Yes,
you were right.
731.
all right. Now, where does the 3 come from?
So we fucked up all of it then.
Okay,
is
wait,
So
what
you
you're-
say you say we.
No, I fucked up all of them.
Well, I think 3 is exactly
Goes through the
halfway.
wall.
Hey,
Walls,
Travis, I think we need the face. Travis, this is the
Yeah.
perfect opportunity to deploy.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Go on. Razz
Okay,
him.
Come on.
I'm not
Hey,
even looking at
Razz him.
this.
Oh, it's
I'm not even-
coming. It's
I'm looking
coming.
at this
Oh,
now.
When it
motherfucker up.
happens, when it happens, just wait for it.
Right on the money. Get him.
Okay, he walks through the wall. Is I
Boing.
think the important part. So
Oh,
Well, the 3 is halfway between 7 and 1, isn't it?
what?
Nope.
Has nothing to do with it. Perfect. Yes.
Okay, he starts in a classroom that isn't ours, right?
Mhm.
And he leaves and turns and goes downstairs. Before heading, he instead turns and goes through the walls in a straight line to read what is written on our classboard. That's 9. Right? So he leaves, he goes downstairs, and then he crosses the thing. So it should be,
Which way is that number
7.
facing?
is it a P instead? I don't understand. Wait, hold on. He says
wait.
in the middle.
If only there was a way that 9s can be viewed at a different angle to look like a different number.
6.
In the same way that you would view the 7.
L.
it's
It's
either-
L19. L19.
Wait, I'm so confused.
No, you got it.
I think you got it. 76761.
You put 761 into that lock, and at long last, it clicks open. You pull on the cupboard door. It opens, and right there in a wrinkled pile on the floor is your graduation robe. You Superman spin around, and you get that piece of clothing on in a second, and now you are dressed. No more sneaking around. No more locks. No more breaking stuff. No more surprise math tests. You race downstairs, outside, and across to the hall where the graduation ceremony is moments from starting. Teachers and parents are waiting in seats. Mr. Lee, who must have given up getting into his office awfully quickly, is by a lectern up the front, giving a school-spirity speech. Everyone else in your year is already lined up, robes adorned, ready to strut on stage when their name is called. You jump in your alphabetically assigned spot and you catch your breath. Pretty soon the line starts moving. It's okay. After all the panic you just endured, you're ready for anything. And then the first student to receive their diploma bends towards Mr. Lee's microphone and starts talking. I would like to thank my parents for getting me this far, and your heart stops. Crap, you forgot. Every student gets 30 seconds to speak to the crowd once they get up there. Sometimes they give tear jerkers, sometimes they just say your mum jokes. You haven't planned either of those. You thought that an hour between getting dressed and getting to the ceremony would be plenty of time to come up with something. Pretty soon, your name is called. Numbly, you walk up to the stage towards Mr. Lee. Okay. You've been at school in your underwear. You've had to go through a maths test without understanding the content. And now there is just one school nightmare left. You have to give a speech you haven't prepared for. You open your mouth and you hope that the words that come out make sense. And because of the way the human mind, when it's made up of 4 different spirits, works, only one word comes out of your mouths at a time, and you have 30 seconds to start talking and hope that one word at a time makes a good, coherent speech.
So why don't we go in reverse age order, one word at a time, and let's do a graduation speech, starting with Griffin.
Before we start, can I say that in 2 days, I'm actually going to be delivering the commencement speech for Marshall University.
Then you better start taking notes.
I might just do this sort of verbatim wherever we land.
All right.
All right. You bend down towards the microphone. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Believe
in
The
True
power
of
heart.
What'd you say?
Heart, Mac.
believe
heart.
in the true power of heart.
Finish
Felt.
the sentence soon.
heartfelt is one word. I don't want to.
Go.
Heartfelt.
One more word.
Believe in the power. Believe in the true power of heartfelt
You're
Party.
overthinking it, kid.
party time.
Da, 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 da. Mr. Lee starts playing the finishing music. Ah, that'll do. The parents clap in a baffled sort of way.
I do believe in the power of heartfelt party.
Party time.
Party
one
time.
word
Party
sort of
time.
squished together. Yeah.
And with that, you are out of the escape room and you are out of high school. Congratulations to all of you.
Yay!
You did it. Good job, guys.
So we got to celebrate.
Yeah,
Shut up,
no.
everybody.
Yeah, no mascara there, baby. No mascara
God.
there.
This was
All
why we
right.
had the dress code of button shirts.
Yeah. It's why we should have had a 30-second delay switch on the
Just-
stream.
The whole show's
Congratulations.
about nudity. Come on.
I suppose.
Congratulations, you guys did really well.
Hey, thanks so
Yeah,
much.
did we?
That was so fun.
That
Y'all
was
are great.
fantastic.
You
That
had some
was a
fun
hoot.
solves. Everybody had a nice moment coming in.
Some of
I
our
felt-
playtesters took the opportunity to expose Mr. Lee's curious actions as part of their graduation speech.
You were much in
You
the
Oh.
went with party time.
That probably narratively would have been more sort of coherent.
Hey, that's his business. We're out of this one horse town. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's true.
wait. I the only thing I don't understand is what was Robbie's basal body temperature?
Good question.
An interesting fact. It was the same as the code that you used to get out at the end.
That's
Wow.
quite high.
So he
Seven
was
Not,
on
hundred and
not
sixty.
for a bear.
Oh,
it's
no,
not.
Extremely high.
In Celsius, that's normal.
Okay, if you say so.
One more time. Well, Griffin, you take us home.
Well, I was just gonna thank y'all for making this and sharing it with us. It was a genuine delight. It was a wonderful way to spend an evening.
Oh, thank
I think
you so
everybody should
much.
go listen to Escape This Podcast right
I'm
this
happy with
fucking
that.
second.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Right now, look, if you want to, honestly, a really great place to start. So we do a lot of standalone escape rooms like this one was, fully contained in its narrative. We've also done a few seasons. where we take 10 complete escape rooms and we tie them together with a sort of meta narrative that tells a story across all 10 episodes.
And our most recent one of those from last year started out with Travis and Justin.
Yeah,
as
so
the
if you-
first
There you go.
players.
If that sounds fun, you can check out the
interesting.
first episode of What Alice Found, which is a series of 10 escape rooms that tell a connected story. First episode is Justin and Travis, so you can see if they got any better over time.
Or worse.
Or worse, who knows? But that's probably a great place to start. But there's plenty of things, anything that looks fun, you can check it out. Go to escapethispodcast.com and find
sorry.
everything you want.
I'm hypnotized by Travis's glasses.
Oh, these old things, they're a family heirloom, but I like to put them on to remind me that MaxFunDrive is going on. And everyone can go to maximumfun.org/join to support podcasts and creators that they love so that we can keep making the shows that you enjoy. Find a support level that's right for you. maximumfun.org/join.
The camera.
I can't see shit.
Okay, yeah. Justin is being sort of half edited out by the filter in a way
He's
that
the
is just,
he's the school
it is-
ghost.
It is occasionally just
Here.
leaving chest hair with a head
Yeah,
coming out of
it
it.
is.
let me turn my virtual background on. I think that's the problem. Is I got to turn it back on. One sec.
Okay.
Okay, there
There
you
we
go.
go.
You
it's
look
like
like
he's a
a
real
This fun
podcaster.
Justin studio pattern.
Yeah, you kept looking like a hair genie of some like a genie whose body was just hair.
Carl, is that you?
Yeah,
You're
it's me.
Justin. It was Justin the
Oh
whole
my
time.
God,
No,
now
it's
that's the real
this is a
puzzle.
virtual background.
Man, that's amazing.
Oh.
Thanks,
glad I gotta
everybody.
wrap
Smoke out. Are we about done or what's up?
I think I'm out.
I think we're good.
Okay, bye,
Thank-
everybody.
thanks,
Thank you
y'all.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know if